Sorry. I want to do the show, but I'm...
You're worse at faking it than he is.
Oh my God, do I call so much bull on Kyle Rittenhouse? I can't stand it anymore. Oh, is that the face of masculinity, Josh Hawley? Side by side with Brett Kavanaugh? Oh, God, I can't. I can't with this whole trial. Can you?
That kid is a
psychopath. I can't with this judge. Really? The judge's ringtone is Trump's song that he uses to walk on stage? You're out of order, and you're out of order. I want to go Al Pacino. I'm going to go Al Pacino on my ass in that courtroom. I'm gonna get Frangela. We're gonna roll.
What I'm looking for is some indication of a brain.
Exactly. Frangela, fire up the Corolla. Let's go. Let's roll.
This is such a crock of...
God, you're out of order. You're out of order. Oh my God. Really? Since when is the judge on the defense team? I mean, okay.
He has been from the beginning.
Yes.
When you're elected in Wisconsin.
Kofi tweets, who the hell goes to put out fires and give medical attention with a freaking AR-15? Really? Yeah, that's your main tool when you're going to give medical help.
I could think of 3 people who needed medical help that he completely ignored.
He admitted that he lied about being an EMT.
Yeah. He admitted so many lies. Like, I know that there are 3 that I can think of right off the top of my head.
How does the judge not let in that he previously saw people that he thought were looting and said, I'd like to shoot them? How is that not relevant? How is him punching a girl in a fight, beating up a girl in a fight that's on tape?
Yeah.
Not relevant to his temper or whatever. Okay, right? Joyce White Vance said, sure, he took his AR-15 style weapon along with him when he was there to provide medical assistance. I mean, oh my God. Aaron Rupar said, the prosecutor points out that Rittenhouse, who claims he was there to provide medical assistance, didn't offer help to any of the people he just shot, even when one of the victims was yelling for help. I mean, I can't. I literally cannot even. Why? Okay. Stevie is eating my chair right now. I just have to say, actually, both of the dogs were eating different legs of my chair. So this is going to be like a cartoon where you hear a cartoon noise and I disappear into the floor.
He's also a racist white dog.
You and the judge. He just ate my Make Racist Embarrass Again bumper sticker yesterday. Exactly. And then I'm just gone. Can I explain briefly what my life is like with these dogs? I was texting with my friend. I'm in my Barca lounger as I am, watching my cable news as I do, texting with my friend, as one will. And they were playing, they were having, you've heard when the dinosaurs play upstairs, they were having running.
Oh, yeah, I've heard it on the show.
And they smashed into me right when half my tea fell on me and then my laptop. And so I texted to my friend, and I had to say I texted that because the dogs just smashed into my Barca lounger and my tea went all over me and my iPad, and that's my... Okay.
My cat texted a big long thing to a bunch of friends yesterday on a chain, on a group text. I'm like, sorry guys, that was my cat.
My husband never texts anyone like that.
You could be talking about the reconciliation bill. I feel like Bing Crosby when bill.
Until the bag of oranges comes out.
The bill. Okay. Right. All right. Anyway, have you ever? You know how I never sleep?
No.
Have you ever had a dream where you're so sound asleep that you think your alarm is part of the dream?
Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
I've had those days. Yes.
So you do sleep. You almost slept through your alarm.
Listen, there's also a lot of dog activity. Would you like me to explain? Would you like some informational music about my nights? Okay. This is all the action going on in my bed.
All right.
So Jamie is the big dog. Mm-hmm. She's not the puppy, the big dog.
Big dog.
Sleeps with her giant, heavy head on my chest. Actually, most of her body on me at the beginning of the night.
Okay.
I have to wedge. She's always right in my spot, so I have to wedge myself under her 125-pound body.
Her bed, not yours.
Right. She outweighs me, and I have to wedge underneath her. So then she sleeps crushing my chest cavity for the first part of the evening. And Stevie generally sleeps so that my legs also become numb. So he's down there on my legs. So then, at some point, Jamie gets hot. She goes down. She sleeps on the floor. And Stevie also goes to sleep in the bathroom. But at some point during the night, Stevie comes up and then also sleeps with most of his legs on me. And sometimes him, like, kiss, like doing that on my arm or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So the time when actual sleep is available is minimal. Oh, look, he's eating my office chair now. Okay. So I'm a little tired, and I cannot with this Kyle Rittenhouse thing. Okay.
You did lock them upstairs while I was doing post-production.
I
yesterday,
did.
Though, so
You're
thank you.
welcome.
Thank you.
We should do that more often.
Yeah, George Takei said, remember this, there's video made 2 weeks before the shootings in which Rittenhouse watches people leave a CVS, comments he wished he had his rifle so he could shoot them because he thought they were shoplifters. The judge isn't letting the jury hear that. I mean, I hate to say, Ellie Mistal said it on our show. He's like, I hate to tell you, a white boy's going to walk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who else? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, hang on. Hold, please. Talk amongst yourselves.
Rutabaga.
Yeah, Joyce Vance again said, this is interesting, though. Don't know if it'll matter. But she said, in the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, he's charged with 3 separate crimes. The jury could find he acted in self-defense in one, but not the others. Wisconsin law is clear that a person who provoked an attack can't claim self-defense and can't use more force than is needed to repel the attack. I mean, again, I'm not sure it matters with a judge that is so clearly weighted in favor of the defense. It seems like every time he gets caught in a lie, the judge stops it and jumps in. Right. Cavian Schroff says, Kyle Rittenhouse claims he went to provide medical support that he was not qualified to give while holding a gun he was not legally allowed to carry in a state where he did not live. It doesn't add up. I remember in the beginning, remember Fox News, like, this little boy just was trying to defend his community. And by his community, do you mean white people? Because it wasn't his community.
No, he crossed state lines
with an AR-15 go help, quote unquote. Give me a break.
How many laws did he break to commit this crime?
What about his mother?
Broke multiple laws, and she deserves. Well, if he wasn't 18, she should lose custody.
We get to see them both blubbering. She drove her son across state lines with an AR-15 and drops him off in the middle of.
Not qualified to be a mom.
Okay, but how is she not brought up on charges as well? Like, how is I was like watching this yesterday, going, right? He's not the victim. The people. What about the 2 guys who are dead? What about their? And Fox News going, oh, this little boy. When have you ever heard them refer to a black guy as a little boy at 17?
But Stephanie, the gun looked cool. That's why he got it.
Oh my God, okay. I'm like, you're watching this going, why are you crying? You're not the one. What about the 2 families of the guys that died or the other guy that was injured? Didn't he lose a bicep? I'm like, okay.
Because crying is probably how he got out of being in trouble when he was a kid, so he figures he can do that now and it'll work because that's what white boys do.
Right. That's the symbol of manhood that Josh Hawley would like you to emulate.
I mean,
if Kyle Rittenhouse is your hero, your parents have failed and so have you. Oh my God, this whole thing is just. Plus, a lot of these details. He says he ran from Rosenbaum, one of the victims. Mm-hmm. Sorry, Judge, he's a victim because he's dead.
Yeah.
That's how you tell the difference. He saw the man throw an object that was later identified as a plastic bag containing personal items.
Versus a gun.
Right. Let's see. He said, he remembers Hubert striking him in the head with a skateboard, saying it was like a baseball bat. Right, except it wasn't. It was the thing he had to defend himself with that he had with him.
Versus a guy with an assault rifle.
The other thing is you're like, yes, he was shooting at people. Of course they were trying to disarm him and stop him.
Yes.
Right? Rittenhouse said he then lowered his weapon when he saw this is the guy that survived. I forget how to, Gross Kreutz, I don't know how to pronounce his name, standing in front of him with his hands in the air. So he had his hands in the air. As I'm lowering my weapon, Rittenhouse said, I looked down. Then Mr. Whoever lunges at me with his pistol pointed directly at my head. Well, Gross testified Monday he had initially raised his hands to Rittenhouse, but perceived the teenager wasn't accepting my surrender, but was re-racking his AR-15. Okay. He said he never intended to kill. He never intended to kill Rittenhouse, but drew his pistol because he believed Rittenhouse was an active shooter, which he was.
He was. He'd already killed 2 people.
Right. Rittenhouse said he was in Kenosha that evening with first aid equipment.
Gauze. He had a bag full of gauze.
And he asked any doctor, an AR-15 is the main thing in your kit when you're trying to. He said the owners of a Kenosha car dealership had explicitly giving him permission to be on their property. That account conflicts with testimony of the two brothers who worked there, who both testified earlier in the trial. They never requested any protection for the properties owned by the property owned by their parents.
By a 17-year-old kid with a gun.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, just the problem is, if White Boy walks, as Ellie Mistal says, there's going to be more of this.
Yes,
right?
that's the biggest issue right now.
Vigilante justice, where you've got already death threats all over the country to school board members, election officials.
That's why I gave you this story this morning. I mean, just the headline alone.
School board members like
Gun-loving.
our guest coming up.
Yes, gun-loving Trump supporters are amassing shock troops to attack democracy, according to former firearms.
Rittenhouse gets off. They see that as a symbol, as a sign. They can
Yeah.
get away with it too.
Yeah, well, that's why he has a cheerleading. Well, you were saying he's been able to afford an OJ defense, basically, because
Yes.
the right wing is paying for it.
Yeah.
So
because all these
he's able to
far-right-
buy. He's able to buy a lot of reasonable
all these
doubt.
far right media stars are buying him the best defense that money can buy.
Yeah. God, I just can't. I mean, plus it's just in this whole conversation with Josh Hawley about masculinity. I'm like, really? That guy blubbering because he murdered two people is
I'm going to lay
a right-wing
odds.
hero?
Rittenhouse has watched some porn, played some video games, and doesn't take responsibility for his own actions.
Okay.